Welcome to the channel. This is Gillis TV here, right on Clemhawks, and today, folks, we got a trade scenario happening, and there are teams interested in a catcher. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button for any MLB news, whatever news comes out of the MLB trades, signings, anything and everything. That will be right here on the channel. If you like NASCAR too, Clem does some of that stuff. And if you're in the whole NHL hockey scene, head over to Gillis TV as we're starting over there with all that. Now let's get into it. Sean Murphy, pretty high up on a lot of teams' lists to try and get a trade coming from the Athletics. So let's get started as it says. A's catcher Sean Murphy stands as one of the likeliest trade candidates of the offseason, and Oakland is unsurprisingly receiving a fairly wide array of interest in the former Gold Glove winner. The Cardinals have spoken to the A's about Murphy. Derek Gold of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch writes, they also spoke with the Blue Jays about one of their catchers in Danny Jansen, Kirk, and Moreno. Meanwhile, Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic reports that even the Braves, a team who is set behind the plate, have checked in with the A's about the potential asking price. Murphy has also been linked to the Guardians, White Sox, Rays, and Red Sox since the offseason began, and there are assuredly others reaching out to the A's to throw their hat into the mix. The Cardinals stand as arguably the most obvious on paper suitor for Murphy, as franchise icon Yadier Molina has formally retired after a 19-year career, and President of Baseball Operations John Mozeliak has been candid about his team's interest in acquiring a new starting catcher. Backup Andrew Knizer is a 204 hitter in parts of 4 seasons and thus not likely step in the starting role. And while the Cardinals have promising young prospect in Ivan Herrera, they're also a win-now club looking to make the most of the remaining prime years of MVP Paul Goldschmidt and third-place finisher Nolan Arenado. Much of the same logic would apply to the Cardinals to pursue one of the Toronto Blue Jays backstops. Jansen is the most heavily speculated target of the bunch, given that he's only controllable for another 2 seasons, compared to 4 for Kirk and 6 for Moreno. But any catching hungry team would have varying levels of interest in the whole trio. Gold notes that the Jays have been looking for a young left-handed hitting outfielder, which the Cards do pose in Lars Nobar and Alec Burleson, to the point there's no indication that talks with either Oakland or Toronto have meaningful advance. Turning to the Braves, and Murphy is not as clean as a fit, nor is a surprise to see Rosenthal's characteristics, the chances of an actual deal manifesting as slim. That says easily enough to see how Murphy's, whose projected MLB TR contributor Matt Schwartz to earn $3.5 million in his first year of arbitration season and is controlled through 2025, would still appeal to Atlanta. Wilson Contreras' breakout season at the plate of .278 and 20 homers in 376 appearances clearly put him on top of the map as a potential long-term option, but Contreras' defensive contributes were far more suspect. He posts negative framing marks for his defensive play. That not to say Atlanta shouldn't get, or would, in an event of a long shot Murphy acquisition, move on from Contreras, of course. The Braves have both Travis Arnold and Manny Pina signed through 2023, and they hold a 2024 option for Darnold. Pina played in just 5 games after signing a 2-year, $8 million contract. However, as a wrist surgery required season-ending surgery early in the year, Rosenthal suggests that the Braves have gotten some trade interest in Pina this offseason. Despite that injury, the 35-year-old has long-term been a light hitter, but his glove work is well regarded from many teams. A trade of Murphy to Atlanta feels like a far more of a long shot than a conversational fit like ones in St. Louis, Cleveland, Tampa, or even Boston. But the mere fact that the Braves are even pondering the possibility underscores the manner of which Murphy is regarded throughout the league. The 28-year-old hit .250 with 18 home runs last season despite playing his home games at the Athletics. Home park he slashed .271 on the road. After a so-so start in 2022, Murphy matched a .278 slash in the final 409 plate appearances. Adding to the offensive side of the game, Murphy is regarded as a strong defensive backstop. He won a Gold Glove in 2022, has been a plus framer by any publical available metric, and has nabbed 28% of the potential base thieves in his career, including 31% in 2022. That skill set, combined with the affordable 2023 salary and 3 more seasons of club control, should make him appealing to all but a select few teams with star entrenched behind the plate. The A's, squarely in the midst of a rebuild with prospects Shea Langeliers, perhaps Ray for a full-time addition in the majors, will likely command a sizable return for Murphy in the coming up weeks or months. Sorry, I kind of butchered that article. It's been, I got kids crying downstairs. But like it said, Murphy, 537 at bats this last season, a .250 average with 18 home runs, 66 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. Over the course of his career, he's had 1,099 at bats for a .236 average, 46 home runs, 147 RBIs, and that 1 stolen base. So his average was up there last year. Home runs were good, RBIs were decent. This is a catcher who's really defensively, but has that offensive game. No, he's not gonna hit 35 home runs. No, he's not gonna give you 110 RBIs or 100 RBIs. He is that 6th, 7th hitter that will give you 20 home runs a season, 60 to 75 RBIs a year, and help the team offensively like that. But it's his defensive game where he can throw batters out. He can frame that pitch for the strikeout is what Murphy's really good at. And if you're the A's, do you actually consider trading him where he does have 3 more years of club control? I get you're in a rebuild, but how long is your rebuild going to take? Is Murphy still part of that plan? Because in 3 years, he's 31 years old. At that point, you do got the young rookie catcher coming up as well that, in a sense, could push Murphy out, if not this year, especially next year. And are teams willing to give up what the A's are asking for Murphy? It's a possibility, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. I gotta go deal with crying kids. But if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you on the next one.